Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you very much for your kind association. Please accept my humble obeisances at your lotus feet. वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। तस्य अरविन्दनयनस्य पदारविन्द किञ्जल्कमिश्रतुलसीमकरन्दवायुः अन्तर्गतस्वविवरेण चकार तेषां संक्षोभमक्षरजुषाम् अपि चित्ततन्वोः। नेहयत्कर्मधर्माय न विरागाय कल्पते, न तीर्थपदसेवायै जीवनपि मृतो हि सः। प्रसङ्गम् अजरं पाशम् आत्मनः कवयो विदुः, स एव साधुषु कृतो मोक्षद्वारम् अपावृतम्। तितिक्षवः कारुणिका सुहृदः सर्वदेहिनाम्, अजातशत्रवः शान्ताः साधवः साधुभूषणाः। सतां प्रसङ्गान् मम वीर्यसंविदो भवन्ति हृत्कर्णरसायना कथा। तज्जोषणादाशपवर्गवर्त्मनि श्रद्धारतिर्भक्तिरनुक्रमिष्यति। हासं हरेरवनताखिललोकतीव्र शोकाश्रुसागरविशोषणमत्युदारम्। सम्मोहनाय रचितं निजमाययास्य भ्रूमण्डलं मुनिकृते मकरध्वजस्य। मद्गुणश्रुतिमात्रेण मयि सर्वगुहाशये मनोगतिरविच्छिन्ना यथा गङ्गाम्भसम्बुधौ। लक्षणं भक्तियोगस्य निर्गुणस्य उदाहृतम् अहैतुक्यव्यवहिता भक्तिपुरुषोत्तमे। सालोक्यसारष्टिसामीप्य सारूपैकत्वमपि उत दीयमानं न गृह्णन्ति विनामत्सेवनं जनाः। यन्नामधेयश्रवणानुकीर्तनाद्यत्प्रबलनाद्यत्स्मरणादपि क्वचित् स्वादोऽपि सद्य सवनाय कल्पते, कुतः पुनस्ते भगवन्मुदर्शनात्। अहो बतश्व पचतो गरीयान् यज्जिह्वाग्रे वर्तते नाम तुभ्यं। ते पुस्तपस्ते जुहुवुषस्नुरार्या ब्रह्मानुचुर्नाम गृह्णन्ति ये ते। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, dear devotees. We are continuing our study of Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam, third canto, chapter 19. Text number 17. 3.19.17. This chapter is entitled The Killing of the Demon Hiranyaksha. Text 17. अथोरूधा सृजन्मायां योगमायेश्वरे हरौ यां विलोक्य प्रजास्त्रस्ता मे निरेस्योपसंयमम्. Translations and purports by our beloved founder Acharya, His Divine Grace, Shri Srimad Abhay Charanarvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The demon, however, employed many conjuring tricks against the personality of Godhead, Sri Varahadev, who is the Lord of Yoga Maya. Yoga Mayeshwara Harau. How is Lord Varahadev? How is Lord Krishna? He is Hari and he is Yoga Mayeshwar. He is the Lord of Yoga Maya. At the sight of this, the people were filled with alarm and thought that the dissolution of the universe was near. Trasta. They became very fearful, seeing how the demon Hiranyaksha was employing so many tricks while attacking Lord Varahadev. So all those who were watching were growing fearful that Lord Varahadev may be harmed, may be defeated even by this demon. Purport. The fighting enjoyment of the Supreme Lord with his devotee, who had been converted into a demon, Jay and Vijay had become Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. This fighting enjoyment of Lord Varahadev with his devotee who had become a demon appeared severe enough to bring about the dissolution of the universe. This is the greatness of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Even the wavering of his little finger appears to be a great and very dangerous movement in the eyes of the inhabitants of the universe. Therefore, none of us can ever claim to be God. God is so powerful that when Krishna is just playfully enjoying his Viryaras, chivalrous pastimes, it becomes so dangerous for ordinary people that it seems like the whole universe is going to dissolve. Text 18. Pravavurvayavash chandas chandas tamaha pamsavam airayan digbhyo nipeturgravanah kshepanai prahita iva. Fierce winds began to blow as Hiranyaksha and Varahadev are dueling. Fierce winds began to blow from all directions. Pravavur Vayavas. Fierce winds began to blow in all directions, spreading darkness. Tamaha. Occasioned by dust and hailstorms. Stones came in volleys from every corner as if thrown by machine guns. It became a very dangerous situation. Dyaurnashta Bhagana Bhraughai Savidyut Stanayit Nubhihi Varshadbhi Puya Keshasrag Vinmutrasthinichak Sakrit. The luminaries in outer space disappeared due to the skies being overcast with masses of clouds, which were accompanied by lightning and thunder. The sky rained pus, hair, blood, stool, urine, and bones. Puya means pus, kesh, hair, asrig, blood, wit, stool, mutra, urine, asthini, bones. Asakrit means once. Asakrit means again and again, time and again, again and again. Stool, urine, pus, hair, blood, stool, bones was coming down. So whole atmosphere became dangerous and inauspicious because of the demon. गिरया प्रत्यदृश्यन्त नानायुध मुचो नघ दिग्वाससो यातु धान्य शूलिन्यो मुक्तमूर्धजाः. In this text 20, O sinless Vidur, Anagha, mountains discharged weapons of various kinds, and naked demonesses armed with tridents appeared with their hair hanging loose. Shulinyo, they were holding tridents. Mukta Murdhaja, the hair was hanging loose, untied. It was very dangerous situation. Text 21. Bahubhir Rakshobhi Patyashva Rathakunjaraihi Atatayibhir Utsrishta Himsra Vachotivaishashaha. Cruel and savage shlo- Cruel and savage slogans were uttered by hosts of ruffian yakshas and rakshasas, who all either marched on foot or rode on horses, elephants, or chariots. So they were uttering cruel and harsh slogans, these yakshas and rakshasas. Text 22. Pradushkritana mayanam asurinam vinashayat sudarshanastram bhagavan prayunta daitam tripat. Lord Varahadev, the personal enjoyer of all sacrifices, now discharged his beloved Sudarshan Chakra. Sudarshanastram Bhagavan. Bhagavan Varahadev released his Sudarshan Chakra, his weapon, which was capable of dispersing the magical forces displayed by the demons. Vinashayat Asurinam. All these Mayanam, all these magical tricks that the Asur Hiranyaksha was creating, conjuring up, they were all destroyed by the power of Sudarshan Chakra. Purport. Even famous yogis and demons can sometimes enact very magical feats by their mystic power, but in the presence of the Sudarshan Chakra, when it is let loose by the Lord, all such magical jugglery is dispersed. The demons in this world can do jugglery, magical tricks, they can show their power, but in the presence of a empowered devotee like Sudarshan Chakra, all these magical tricks fail. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada gives example of Durvasa Muni and Maharaj Ambarish. Sudarshan Chakra came and killed the demon created by Durvasa Muni. Srila Prabhupada says the Lord is described here as Tripat, which means that he is enjoyer of three kinds of sacrifices. In Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna confirms that he is the beneficiary and enjoyer of all sacrifices, penances, and austerities. Aham hi sarva yajnanam bhokta cha prabhur evacha. Bhoktaram yajna tapasam sarva loka maheshwaram. The Lord is the enjoyer of three kinds of yajna. As further described in Sri Bhagavad Gita, there are yajnas, sacrifices of goods, sacrifices of meditation, and sacrifice of philosophical speculation. Those on the paths of Jnana Yoga Ashtanga Yoga, and Karma Yoga, all have to come in the end to the Supreme Lord because Vasudeva Sarvamiti. The Supreme Lord is the ultimate enjoyer of everything. That is the perfection of all sacrifice. Yat karoshi dashnashi, yat juhosi dadasya, yat tapasyasi kaunteya, tat kurushva madarpanam. So, three types of sacrifices are sacrifice of articles, dravya, that is by karma kandis. There is sacrifice of meditation, and that is by the yogis. And there is sacrifice of knowledge, which is done by the jnanis. So, Ashtanga yogis, jnanis, and karmis. They perform three types of yajna, but the enjoyer of all these yajnas is Krishna, Bhagwan, who is called as Tripath. Text 23. Tada dite samabhavat sahasaridi vepathu स्मरन्त्या भर्तुर आदेशम स्तनाचास्रिक प्रसुश्रुवे. Asrik means blood, stana means breast. At that very moment, tada, a shudder suddenly ran through the heart of Diti, the mother of Hiranyaksha. She suddenly felt great anxiety in her heart. She recalled the words of her husband, Shri Kashyap Muni. Smarantya Bhartur Adesham. Her Bhartu, her husband, Kashyap Muni, Adesham. His orders, his words, she remembered. Smarantya, she remembered. And as a result, Sthana Asrik. Asrik means blood started flowing from her breasts. Purport. Srila Prabhupada writes, at Hiranyaksha's last moment, his mother, Diti, remembered what her husband had said. Although her sons would be demons, Kashyap Muni had predicted. Although her sons would be demons, they would have the advantage of being killed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Bhagwan himself. Diti remembered this incident by the grace of the Lord, and her breasts flowed blood instead of milk. In many instances, we find that when a mother is moved by affection for her sons, milk flows from her breasts. In the case of the demon's mother, the blood could not transform into milk, but it flowed down her breasts as it was. Blood transforms into milk. To drink milk is auspicious, but to drink blood is inauspicious, although they are one and the same thing. This formula is applicable in the case of the cow's milk also. It is auspicious to drink cow's milk. It is very sinful and inauspicious to eat the flesh and blood of the cow. Srila Prabhupada writes, text 24. Vinashtasu swamayasu bhuyaschavraja keshavam rushopa guhamano mum dadrishe vasthitam bahihi. When the demon Hiranyaksha saw his magic forces dispelled by the Sudarshan Chakra, he once again came in the presence of the personality of Godhead Keshava, and full of rage tried to embrace him within his arms to crush him. His weapons, his magic was not working. So he came in the presence of Lord Keshav, and Keshavam Rusha Upaguhamanah. Rusha means full of rage. He came to Lord Keshav and he tried to embrace him. Upaguhamanah means to embrace, crush. He wanted to crush. Even Dhritarashtra wanted to kill Bhim in that way in Mahabharata after the war by crushing him. Last resort. But to his great amazement, he found Lord Keshav standing outside the circle of his arms. Dadrishe avasthitam bahihi. He saw that every time he would try to embrace to crush Lord Varahadev, Varahadev was outside his embrace. Could not, he was trying, he could not grab Lord Varahadev. Krishna is unapproachable. Tvam akinchana gochara. He is agochar for everyone, but those who are akinchan bhaktas, who have nothing but Krishna, for such devotees, tasyaham sulabha partha. Kalayavan also tried to catch Lord Krishna. He was running, Krishna was walking, could not catch up. Mother Yashoda easily caught Krishna. Purport. In this verse, the Lord is addressed as Keshava because he killed the demon Keshi in the beginning of creation. So looks like there was another Keshi demon in the beginning of creation. Keshava is also a name of Krishna. Keshava Dhrita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Krishna is the origin of all incarnations. Therefore, Keshava Dhrita Meena Swarupa, Keshava Dhrita Vamana Rupa, Keshava Dhrita Kurma Sharira. He is the Keshav Krishna. Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava, Raksha Mam. Krishna Keshav is the origin of all incarnations. Krishna is the origin of all incarnations as it is confirmed in Brahma Samhita that Govinda, the personality of Godhead, Supreme Lord, is the cause of all causes, Sarva Karana Karanam, exists simultaneously in his different incarnations and expansions. Goloka eva nivasati and Akhilatma Bhuta. Ramadi Murtishu Kalaniyamena Tishtan Nana Avatara Akaroda Bhuvaneshu Kintu Krishna Swayam Samabhavat Paramah Pumanyo Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. The demons' attempt to measure the Supreme Lord like this is significant. The demon wanted to embrace Lord Varahadev with his arms, thinking that with his limited arms he could capture the absolute truth by material power. He did not know that God is the greatest of the great and the smallest of the small. Anoraniyam Mahata Mahiyam. No one can capture the Supreme Lord or bring him under his control except devotee. Aham Bhakta Paradhina. Text 25. Tam mushtibhir vinignantam vajra sarairadhokshajah karena karanamulehan yatha tvastram marutpatihi. The demon now began to strike the Lord with his hard fists. Could not catch him, so he started punching the Lord. But Lord Adhokshaja slapped him in the root of the ear. हिंदी में बोलते हैं ना कान के नीचे दूंगा. So this is the origin of that. Varahadev did it at the root of the ear. Even as Indra, the lord of the Maruts, Marutpati, hit the demon Vrita, the son of Twashta. So Yatha Twashtram, Twashtram is the son of Twashta, Shri Vitrasur Maharaj. How he was killed by Marutpati, lord of the wind, Indra. Similarly, Karanamule at the just under the ear, Lord Adhokshaja, Karena, with his hand, he slapped him. Ahan, he struck, and Hiranyaksha was dead. Purport. The Lord is explained here to be Adhokshaja, beyond the reach of all material calculation. Akshaja means measurement of our senses, and Adhokshaja means that which is beyond the measurement of our senses. Text 26. Sa ahato vishvajitaya vajnaya paribhramadgatra udastalochanaha vishirna bhav angri shiroruho patad yatha nagendro lulito nabhasvata. Though struck indifferently by the Lord, the conqueror of all, the demon's body began to wheel. Hiranyaksha became dizzy after being struck by the Lord. His eyeballs bulged out of their socket. Udasta lochana. His eyes came out of the eyeballs. His arms and legs broken. Vishirana, Bahu, and Angri. Vishirana means broken. His arms and legs got fractured, and the hair on his head scattered. Shiraruha, the hair on the head, apatat, cut, fell down. Hair scattered, fell down, and he was dead. He fell down dead. Apatat, he fell down dead like a gigantic tree uprooted by the wind. Nagaindra, a gigantic tree, Lulita, uprooted Nabhaswata. Just like the wind will uproot a great tree, sometimes in the storm, tornadoes, hurricanes, we see big, big trees are felled by the powerful windstorm. Similarly, with one slap of Varahadev under the ear, this powerful demon Hiranyaksha fell down dead. Ahata Vishwajit. Krishna is called here as Vishwajit, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Supreme Conqueror. Vishwajit means Supreme Conqueror. When Vishwajit, Krishna, hit him, he died. Purport. It does not take even a moment for Lord Krishna to kill any powerful demon, including Hiranyaksha. The Lord could have killed him long before, but he allowed the demon to display the full extent of his magical feat. This is Krishna's sense of humor. He could have killed Hiranyaksha in one moment, but he wanted to show the demigods the power, the power of Supreme Lord. Let this Hiranyaksha, who is so proud of his possessions, so proud of his different powers, let him show what he has got. Let him empty his arsenal. All his weapons were gone, ineffective. All his Maya tricks, magical feats were useless. Finally, with his bare hands, he tried in vain to kill Lord Varahadev. When everything was finished, he was completely exhausted. Then with one slap, Varahadev finished him. Text 27. Kshitau shayanam tamakunthavarchasam करालदंष्ट्रं परिदष्टदच्छदम् अजादयो वीक्ष शशंसूरागता अहो इमं को नु लभेत संस्थितिम्. Aja, Lord Brahma, and others arrived on the spot to see the fearfully tusked demon lying on the ground biting his lip. Karala damstram paridashta dachadam. He was paridashta dachadam. He was biting his own lips. Aja Adi. Brahmaji and other demigods saw this. He was dead. Like that. He was dead, biting his lips. The glow of his face was yet unfaded. His face was still effulgent. And Brahma admiringly said, "Oh, who could meet such a blessed death? Aho imam konu labheta samsthitim." What a glorious death Hiranyaksha has attained. He was killed by the hand of the Supreme Lord. Purport. Little bit down, Srila Prabhupada writes, one's bodily luster remains fresh only as long as the spirit soul is present. Although the demon's soul had departed his body, the Supreme Spirit touched the body. Krishna was touching his body, and therefore Hiranyaksha's bodily luster did not fade. The individual soul is different from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Super Soul. One who sees the Supreme Lord when he quits his body is certainly very fortunate. And therefore, personalities like Brahma and other demigods eulogized, means they glorified the death of the demon Hiranyaksha. He had a glorious death because he was seeing the Lord at the time of his death. Yam yogino yoga samadhinaroho ध्यायन्ति लिङ्गादसतो मुमुक्षया तस्यैष दैत्या ऋषभापदाहतो मुखं प्रपश्यंस्तनुम् उत्ससर्जः. In text 28, Brahmaji continued. Brahmaji is saying, this demon Hiranyaksha was struck by the forefoot of the Lord, whom yogis seeking freedom from their unreal material bodies meditate upon in seclusion, in mystic trance. While gazing on the beautiful face of Lord Varahadev, this crest jewel of Diti's sons has cast off his mortal coil. He's calling him Daitya Rishabha. Rishabha means best. And Daitya means the demoniac son of Diti. Aditya is son of Aditi. Daitya, son of Diti. Aditi gave birth to the Devatas. And Diti gave birth to the Asuras. Because Hiranyaksha had such a glorious death, where he was killed by the Supreme Lord Varahadev, he is called as Daitya Rishabha. Padahato. He was killed by the Pad, the forefoot of Lord Varahadev. So he is called Daitya Rishabha, the crest jewel of the sons of Diti. In the purport, few sentences down, Srila Prabhupada writes in the fourth sentence, real yoga aims at ridding one of the material body. Yoga practice is not intended to keep the body fit and young. Very interesting. Srila Prabhupada says, yoga practice is not intended to keep the material body fit and young. Real yoga aims at ridding one of the material body. Hiranyaksha attained the perfection of yoga because he was seeing the Supreme Lord at the time of death. Further down, Srila Prabhupada writes, as confirmed in Sri Bhagavad Gita, one who concentrates his mind constantly in meditation upon the Supreme Personality of Godhead in one of his many varieties of forms is a first-class yogi. Yoginam api sarvesham madgatena antaratmana. This opportunity was given to the demon by the Lord. What opportunity? To see him, meditate on him at the time of death. And therefore Brahma and other demigods were astonished. In other words, the perfection of yoga practice can be attained by a demon also, if he is simply kicked by the Lord. Adharam madhuram, vadanam madhuram, hasitam madhuram, chalitam madhuram, gamanam madhuram. Everything is auspicious, everything is sweet about Krishna. Even Krishna's kicking is wonderful because it awards liberation even to the worst of demons. Text 29. एतौ तौ पार्षदावस्य शापाद् यातावसद्गतिं पुनः कतिपयैः स्थानं प्रपत्स्येते ह जन्मभिः. These two personal assistants of the Supreme Lord, Jai Vijay, having been cursed, have been destined to take birth in demoniac families. Brahmaji is saying this. After a few such births, they will return to their own position. Sthanam prapatsete janmabhi. After a few births, they will attain prapatsete. They will again get back their original position. Sthanam prapatsete. Etau means these two. Parshadau, they are personal assistants of the Supreme Lord. Shapat yatau, they have come to the material world because of Shap. And therefore, Asad Gatim, they have got demoniac births. Asad Gatim, demoniac births. Text 30. Deva uchuhu namo namaste khila yajna tantave स्थितौ गृहीतामलसत्त्वमूर्तये दिष्ट्या हतोऽयं जगताम् अरुन्तुदस् त्वत्पादभक्त्या वयमीश निर्वृताः. All the demigods who had assembled there with Lord Brahmaji, they addressed Lord Varahadev. All obeisances unto you. Namo Namaste. You are the enjoyer of all sacrifices. Akhila Yajna Tantave. And you have assumed the form of a boar. Grihita Amala Sattva Murtaye. This form of yours as Varahadev is Vishuddha Sattva. It's a completely spiritual form in pure goodness. And you have assumed this form for the purpose of maintaining the world. Sthitav. Shrishti, Sthiti, Pralay. Shrishti means creation, Sthiti means maintenance, Pralay means destruction. Sthitav. For the purpose of Sthitav, maintaining this world, Grihita Amala Sattva Murtaye. You have assumed this completely pure Vishuddha Sattva, spiritual transcendental form. Fortunately for us, this demon who was a torment to the worlds has been slain by you, and we too, O Lord, are now at ease in devotion to your lotus feet. Bhaktya Vayam Isha. Oh Lord, now we are situated again in our bhakti. Because otherwise, this demon that you have slain, Hataha, you have killed, Jagatam Aruntuda. He was causing torment to the Jagat, to the whole world. So thank you for killing him. Now we can peacefully practice our bhajan. Purport. The material world consists of three modes: Sattva, Raja, Tama, goodness, passion, and ignorance. But the spiritual world is pure goodness, Vishuddha Sattva or Amala Sattva. It is said here that the form of the Lord is pure goodness, which means that the form of the Lord is not material. In material world, there is no pure goodness. There is no Vishuddha Sattva in this material world. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, the stage of pure goodness is called Sattvam Vishuddham. Vishuddham means completely pure. Next paragraph, Srila Prabhupada writes, the sacrifices which are recommended in the Vedas are meant to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Every sacrifice we do, it is for Krishna. We should not do sacrifice for demigods. Every sacrifice is meant for Krishna. In ignorance only, Prabhupada writes, in ignorance only, people try to satisfy many other agents, but the real purpose of life is to satisfy the Supreme Lord Vishnu. Vishnu is called Yajnapati, Yajnesh. Further down, in the second last sentence, Srila Prabhupada writes something very beautiful. Srila Prabhupada writes, purified life is meant to please the Lord. I repeat, purified life is meant to please the Lord, and all sacrifices performed in purified life are called Krishna consciousness. Srila Prabhupada gives a beautiful definition of Krishna consciousness. Purified life means Pavitra Jivan. Purified life is meant to please the Lord. हम स्वयं को पवित्र रखने का प्रयास करते हैं ताकि हम भगवान को रिझा सके, भगवान को तुष्ट कर सके. We keep ourselves pure for Krishna. All sacrifices performed in a purified life are called Krishna consciousness. So if someone is breaking the regulative principles and chanting Hare Krishna, is that Krishna consciousness? Mukta Sangha Prabhu? No, it is not. All sacrifices performed in purified life. That's why Srila Prabhupada says it is mandatory to follow the four regulative principles. It brings us to the mode of goodness. Then we can perform bhakti. That is real Krishna consciousness. All sacrifices performed in purified life is called Krishna consciousness. And this Krishna consciousness, Srila Prabhupada writes, is developed by devotional service, bhakti. So with this, we'll stop here. And Krishna willing, we will continue from verse number 31 in the next class. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। श्री वराहदेव भगवान की जय। निताई गौर हरि बोल। So, dear devotees, I have one request. This weekend, we are going to Baltimore, and so we have a Friday satsang here in Atlanta, which we have kept on Thursday because Friday we will be in Baltimore. So, Thursday evening, I will be doing for the local Bhakti Vriksha here, Hari Katha. So, my request is that we have the second session for this week tomorrow, Wednesday in US, instead of Thursday, because Thursday I will have an in-person class. This is my humble request so that we don't miss the session. Already we have missed because of my night shifts. So those of you who cannot make it, you can catch up on the recording. But those of you who can make it, we will meet again tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. We'll have session 2 of this week. So I hope this is okay. Hare Krishna. Muktasanga Prabhu, I have been missing you. Welcome back.
Thank you very much, Prabhu. I missed so many sessions. Sorry about it, but I'll catch up.
That's okay. Hare Krishna. Happy to have you back. Happy New Year to all of you. Krishna Conscious New Year. Thank you. Okay, so nobody has any questions. Meenakshi Vrajgopi Mataji, thank you for making your presentation. Yes, Divya Agrawal Mataji. Morning also you had a question and I'm sorry. I had to go to nursing home, so I could not take. You can ask now. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Yes, my question is like relating to morning only. Since you spoke about yagnas and the you spoke about how yagna can can destroy somebody who's trying to hurt devotees.
Hmm.
And long back, I had heard you say the same thing about the holy name. That a person chanting holy name, doing Vaishnava Prad, that Naam itself will destroy that person.
Hmm.
So I was just wondering what that means.
In Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that one who criticizes my devotee and at the same time chants Hare Krishna, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, to quote exactly Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Mahaprabhu says, Mora nama chintamani tahare samhare. My holy name, which is touchstone, spiritual wish fulfilling gem, Mora nama chintamani tahare samhare, will destroy that person. If someone is criticizing devotees, envious of devotees, and chanting Krishna Nam, then that Krishna Nam will punish that devotee. Punish that devotee means inauspicious things will happen in the life of that devotee. Impediments will come in the life of that devotee, and the devotee will be duly punished. The person will be duly punished. The apradhi will be duly punished. Punished so that the criticizing mentality is rectified. Example is given of Amog. He criticized devotees. Gopal Chapal, he criticized Srivas Thakur. And they were cultured Brahmanas, both of them. Amog also was a cultured Brahman, son-in-law of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Gopal Chapal was a neighbor of Srivas Thakur. He was also a Brahman. He also used to do puja, yajnas. But he became envious of Srivas Thakur because Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was performing kirtan in his Angan, Srivas Angan, and he was not given entry. Mahaprabhu was very open in the daytime kirtans, but at night, Mahaprabhu was very selective because the kirtans were very deep and Mahaprabhu did not want unqualified people to come. So Gopal Chapal became very angry at being denied an entry into Srivasangan for the nocturnal kirtans. I am a Brahman, why you are not allowing me? He became very upset. He criticized the devotees, criticized Srivas Thakur, and tried to spoil Srivas Thakur's reputation by keeping a bottle of wine and meat outside his gate, so that passerby, people will think that at night these people, devotees, are eating meat and drinking wine. For that Vaishnava Aparadh, Gopal Chapal got a very severe case of leprosy, and he was ostracized from the society and forced to live in the leper colony in the forest. He lost his house, lost his family, lost his position as a Brahman in society, and lost all his money, everything. He had to live in the forest. He was not allowed to be in the village because leprosy is a contagious disease, and that time, 500 years ago, there was no cure. Such a calamity came upon him because of criticizing a devotee while performing his Om Keshavaya Namaha, Om Narayana Namaha. So that is the meaning. Mora Nama Chintamani Tahare Samhare. Unka samhar karega. Udhar nahi, samhar will destroy them. So punishment will come, inauspiciousness will come, they will lose their taste in bhakti by committing Vaishnava Aparadh. That is the meaning. Is that okay?
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
See
Krishna.
you day after tomorrow, if possible.
If possible, yeah. I don't know yet.
Okay. Okay. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, dear devotees. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. See you all tomorrow. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Jai Jai Shri Radhe Shyam.
Thank you very much, Prabhu.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Jai Pranam.
Happy New Year to you.